Today we are talking to comedian, musician, filmmaker, and host of The Green Show Live, Andy Rowell. Please welcome Andy to the Untied podcast.
Yeah, Andy.
Thank
you always got a friend.
Thank you so much.
So I know you from, I've seen your Instagram stuff around promoting The Green Show Live is how I first came across you. But actually, I was put in touch with you by a friend who lives in Wisconsin, which is crazy.
Because you don't have friends.
Because I don't, first of all, I don't have friends. They're all imaginary. So then you have, but we live in Chicago. So like we didn't just get in touch through Chicago, but we went all the way to Wisconsin to get in touch.
That is kind of funny, actually.
Yes.
So, but because your brother lives there, correct?
Yeah, my brother. It's guess what, guys? Today is my brother's birthday.
What? Happy birthday to your brother.
Yeah, his name is Sam. He lives in Cedar Rapids, Iowa now, but he did live in Michigan for a little while. And I guess all those people in just the upper Midwest know each other through some, lingo that they have going on in their brains. But yeah, you're right. My brother connected us, and I'm so happy to be here, guys. Hello.
This is awesome. So I wanted to first ask you, you're known as the Tequila guy pretty much all over YouTube.
Tequila.
Yes, don't hold it against me. Oh my God. I'm drinking gin. This is just straight gin, so I'm sorry if I'm breaking brand. My bad.
I was gonna say, has like Casamigos or why didn't you do a partnership with The Rock when he dropped his tequila? Why hasn't any tequila company reached out to you for promotion yet?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I am not in the Rolodex of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Yeah, Jose Cuervo. I think they're busy enough as is. I wouldn't want to creep into their schedule and mess them up. You know how it is.
Right. I guess.
So that started with America's Got Talent, right? The tequila guy and all that. So I was thinking about it when I saw that because that's not how I knew you. I was introduced to you as Andy Rowell, and it was so when I saw the tequila guy, I was like, that really couldn't work with like when you hear tequila guy, you're like, that either is the drink or the song. But if that couldn't work with like the vodka guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it would be like a video of a guy getting shit-faced on vodka.
Yeah, we're having the tequila guy on our podcast. It's like, oh, is he an alcoholic? Like,
Yes, no, Mondays I'm the tequila guys. Fridays I am a straight moonshine guy. Okay, Saturday rolls around. I'm doing 8 balls on the floor of a bathroom. You know how it is. Go.
So every day of the week you're just a different name. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Saturday. He's 8-ball guy.
What was
Thank you.
What was the process of actually getting to America's Got Talent? And because I know you obviously probably had to do that audition a couple of times before you got to the main stage. And I'm curious.
Wait, hang on. We got
no, it's all good.
Sorry, that's on my end. I'm sorry. There's a fire in my house.
Yeah. I was going to say you should absolutely feel sorry for your neighbors having emergency problems. But I'm curious at what like the reaction to it was when you genuinely did it for the first time for someone around like America's Got Talent. Like, what was their reaction? Were they like, holy shit, okay? Or like, what was that like?
That's fun. Okay. That's funny. No, I was reached out to a lot more like naturally than I honestly would have expected. I posted a version of that bit online sometime in like 2018, 2019. And then someone from America's Got Talent reached out to me over, get this, Facebook Messenger. My agent is fired. You know what I mean?
Right.
But no, they connected us together with my producer. His name was Justin. And they got to a point in the process where they're like, okay, we're just going to fly you out now to Los Angeles. And then they did. And I spent like 3 days in California having the fucking time of my life. And we performed it. And then I flew back to Chicago. And I'm here. I've been sitting here for 2 years waiting for you guys to call.
So from the time of the producer hitting you up and you walking on the stage, did you actually rehearse it?
No. See, That's the beauty of the bit from a performance standpoint. You just have one word. Like if I was going up reciting Shakespeare, I'd probably put in a practice session or two. But I mean, one word, you can just show up.
Right.
You just showed up to America's Got Talent.
No,
That's beautiful.
That makes the video that much more better because I mean, you're literally there's Tequila and people are,
and then I'm like, well, where's my check? Yeah, anyway.
Yeah. Did you expect the crowd to go wild? Like, did you like have a good idea, or like did you really not have any idea what the reaction would be?
I thought they might think it was funny for a second and then move on. I didn't honestly expect for like the crowd to really like stand up and like fucking get into it. But they did. They have some sort of amphetamine going through the crowd there at America's Got Talent because they are just buck wild. People are handing out $100 bills left and right. It's like it's like a cartoon. And so I guess my lame little act managed to impress them over free cash. So whatever, I'm happy.
That's amazing. So we just watched it again right before you logged in. We watched the
Thank you.
But at both of them, and it looked like Terry Crews like gave you some words of wisdom. Was he pretty cool? Was he like as cool as you want him to be?
Oh yeah, I mean he smelled so good. Like, he's just this tall, handsome man, and he was wearing this like blue suit. He had someone like backstage like putting makeup on him in this like, and she, the makeup artist, was like beautiful herself, and he smelled like a lavender breeze in springtime, just like I've just basked in the ocean. And then he sent me on my way. But he was like cool to do the bits with me too, because he comes from a comedy background, as I'm sure you guys know. And so it took him a second to be like, is this guy for real, or is it? And then like once they were done filming, it was like, that was funny, man. So me and Terry, we talk every day. No, I'm kidding.
That's what it's funny that you actually brought that up, because our producer Tyler, he was like, wait, is this guy just weird? And I was like, no, like it's definitely a bit. And it was during the scene when you were talking to Terry, so that's pretty fucking funny.
Is this guy just weird? Who are we bringing on the podcast? Is that you, Tyler?
No. Different Tyler.
What's that? Are we bringing on a Bengal tiger? I don't know. Like, let's get a pelican on the program next, Tyler.
Were you able to meet any of the judges there, or did it just like get on stage and get the fuck out of here?
It was the latter, unfortunately. Like I would have loved to shake the hand of every judge there on the panel, but they have you very like kind of like a piece of meat rolling through an assembly line, cattle call, real situation. They just have you step on stage, you're looking face to face with these celebrities, and then they're like, goodbye.
Gotcha.
That's kind of what I expected it to be, because first of all, there's 4 of them. I didn't know if they would like come backstage and be like, all right, like, but then now I'm thinking about it as like Colin's there, so he's not giving motivational speeches before people go on.
Yeah.
So.
And you would think that like it's not. I don't think they do it because they're like crass and like couldn't possibly interact with the public. It's just like that show is very regimented. Like as much as they present as like a reality show, it's very like filmed like a set of scenes, and like the celebrities can only be there for so long. It's very like keeping you in line, which is fine, I guess, but a lot of waiting around.
They showed a couple clips of you back scene. Was there? Because I'm guessing people asked you like, what you did, or like what your talent was. Did you ever tell anyone? And they're like, seriously like pissed off because they like worked their whole lives for their talent. You're just there saying Tequila.
Absolutely. There's like backstage. Backstage was the real show of that process, because like you're literally standing next to a drag queen over here and like 20 guys from India who are about to do insane backflips, and I'm in that context like I'm a karaoke singer, so and then And then, I go on and I come, back from on stage and they're all like, that was your thing? The hours we've spent perfecting our crafts. Yeah, with one guy's juggling in the background.
I just imagine there's a guy with like a sword on fire down his throat. He's like a fucking karaoke singer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you wouldn't be wrong.
That's awesome though. That just has to be such a cool experience to like come back from and go, like, I did that.
Also, and I hope you don't take this in the wrong way, but I feel like it's like also like I should have never been there in the first place, and I can't believe I just got to do this.
Brother, you have no idea how much I identify with that sentence. Where am I? How did I get to this point in my life? Good God, where's the bar?
So yeah, so you said you had the time of your life in LA. Did you do anything outside of did you explore? Did you just get wasted? What'd you do there?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to go with my girlfriend of 9.5 years, and we had a real little staycation in a hotel room. We were in a beautiful part of California, Pasadena, and we didn't get too far because traffic in LA was just insane. So
it was bad in LA? That's crazy.
Can you believe that? Breaking news. But we had a great time. It was a little vacation, and it was dope.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah.
What you got?
So how long have you been doing comedy overall? Well, and also your website says that you're a comedian, musician, or filmmaker. It's not multiple choice. But I'm not like, which is it? But is it which one did you do first? Were you like a musician first, comedian first, or a filmmaker?
That's a very generous question of you to ask. Let me see. I guess comedian first. In elementary school, we would get together after school, me and some buddies, and some of them are like my close friends to this day, and we would play Whose Line Is It Anyway in the gym after school. We didn't have our own show. It was just, okay, you're going to be Colin Mockery, you're going to be Wayne Brady. It was just we fit these roles. And so that was damn near kindergarten, first grade. So, I mean, in some respects, that's when I started, but not professionally, of course, when I was 6 years old.
Right. You were like, I was cashing paychecks every day.
Yes. I was I was on payroll at Pierce Elementary School. Yes.
So not to get off the topic of your timeline of how you got into comedy, but I do want to jump on the Whose Line Is It Anyway train, because that was my introduction to comedy, and I fell in love with it as a kid, and just watched it from then on. And then Jackson and I, we had I don't know. We had an improv group called Twisted Lime, and we did a show where it was Whose Lime Is It Anyway?
Hey.
And it was I know, it's so genius, it's crazy, but it was super fun because we just replayed the games from Whose Line Is It Anyway, and it was one of the most fun I had at the shows. But yeah, I love Whose Line Is It Anyway too.
Yeah, I feel oh, go ahead.
That's another thing that. That's another thing that I.
The spaghetti.
Well, no, yeah. Well, the spaghetti video that you made was awesome. But when you talk about just showing up, that was kind of that. All we had to do, for other than warm ups for that show, all we did was we would watch 12 videos of
how they did it. Yeah.
Whose Line Is It Anyway? I'm okay, that's the worst homework I've ever gotten. But.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel Whose Line, as much of a bad rap as it gets, being just short form improv and just this show that was happening in the early 2000s, it did really impress lots of kids our age and put a formative thought in our brains about, oh, you can perform this way and just make it up right now. I think I mean, it's probably in that respect, well, I don't want to say it's underrated, because it's not. It's so well regarded, but that's something that I don't think about enough, is how fundamental that show was to a lot of people.
No, it was. And then I think Ryan and Colin are both from Second City, Toronto.
They're Canadian dudes. Yeah,
if my brain is remembering that right. I don't know Wayne Brady's background that much, other than just being a talented ass human.
Dude, he's so talented.
Yeah.
He's like also on Broadway. Like
yeah. But so speaking of improv, so Whose Line Is It Anyway was mostly short form. Do you prefer short form or long form as one doing improv?
That's a good. I mean, I think obviously it depends on the context. Like, some shows call for short form just because it's like easy in and out, you know. But other shows, you know what? I'm gonna stop mid-sentence and say short form, okay? Because long form can be like a toil that not everybody is like here for, and like the crowd of a long form show has to like think in order to like keep up, and I have too much ADHD to like withstand a 30-minute long form thing. So I need to be bam, 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 like immediately with a bunch of games. So I prefer short form.
I enjoyed watching long form if the improvisers did it right, you know what I mean? But I think like performing at short form, because I can't remember shit to save my life. So long form was like, oh, that's right, that happened like 20 minutes ago and we have to do it again.
Yeah. Excuse me.
So how long were you because you did stuff at Annoyance. Well, you do the Green Show live now. But did you do anything else in Annoyance like prior to that, like with actual audience?
Yeah, absolutely. I started working in the box office there, and slowly but surely, if you stick around long enough, someone's going to throw your ass in a show. And it's kind of the beauty of that place. It's like whoever's in the room, hey, we're doing this thing in 30 seconds. You want to play? You know? And I've been in sketch shows there, improv shows there. A musical there. I'm in a show there right now. We have a show on Friday. Main stage, baby. It's gonna be a blast. But I love that theater. It's a very special home for myself and a lot of people. What's
the show?
The show is called System of a Clown on the Annoyance Main Stage Theater. We open with
sketch?
It's a sort of a showcase, but then there are segments of the show that's interrupted by like 10 minutes of just montage improv sort of stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
okay.
It was dope. It's dope.
Cool. I mean, I legitimately asked because Friday is like the only week or
night that we have off.
I have like free.
Hey,
so
nice.
Might be there, no pressure.
Yeah.
Buddy, yeah, it's at 8 p.m. I think. I'll have to check with my brain later.
Perfect. Well, I know I'll be there with you, but so in addition to Annoyance, did you do any like work, like classes or anything like at Second City or IO?
Yeah. I did the comedy studies program at Second City in like 2016, and but beyond that, I just where are people getting money for classes? What money tree? What money tree are people pulling from in order to take clowning? What is going on?
And yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like I love Second City, but holy shit, those classes like.
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
you look at the Annoyance and it's like, oh, okay, yes.
Well, it's like, but comedy classes in general, it's like I can either pay to be a dipshit or I can buy groceries, and I'm gonna choose groceries. 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, it's like they're like, we know comedy's not lucrative, but if you pay us like $400 every like 8 weeks, we'll give you a printout degree,
right?
that you can use to eventually not have
burn,
money still.
Throw in the fire.
Yeah, you can use for warmth at some point.
It's like, hey, how did we lose Steven? It's like, well, he joined Level C. We never saw him again.
He did away to nothing.
Yeah.
He's starved. Do you do any writing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Do you mean like straight writing, like sitting down typing away, or like what do you mean?
Like big picture, like do you see yourself like writing any like TV episodes, movies, shows, or for like late night television, shit like that?
Yeah, I just finished production on a sketch show that's going to be coming out sometime in November. I don't think I can give too many details away about it, but it was a very incredible process where we wrote 3 episodes of an entire sketch show and filmed it, and now it's in the cutting room floor, baby.
So kind of like the one that they just put on Netflix a few months ago.
The Mama's House.
Yeah. Did you see that one?
Mama's House. No,
Mama's House. It's not. No, it's not Mama's House. It's like great.
It's hilarious.
Yes,
but it's,
Big Mama's House. Big Mama's House, starring Martin Lawrence. Yes, we're all aware of the Big Mama's House 2. We
no. But the third one, I'm just kidding. The Big Old House of Fun.
Is that
Auntie Donna's Big Old House of Fun.
Auntie Donna.
I was like, quit saying Big Mama. I can't think of what I'm trying to say. I'm like, okay. So yeah, Auntie Donna's Big Old House of Fun. It was on Netflix, but is it like that sort of thing? You got to check it out if you haven't checked it out.
I have not checked it out. You know, I feel like I've heard about Auntie Donna like 100 times in the past month, and this is something I need to catch up with. I don't watch enough comedy to know about Auntie Donna, but like that is one of the acts that in my brain, like in passing conversations with comedians, are like, you got to check this thing out. So I will have to check it out. I'm sorry, Auntie Donna, if you're listening. I'm sorry.
So do you not watch comedy because you don't want, well, A, because maybe you're just so surrounded by it, you want something else, or B, because you want your own like general ideas for when you come to like write sketches and do performances?
I think the first one, yeah. It's like I come home at night and I watch like a video about the Mariana Trench, you know, like I come home and I watch like videos, a compilation of Jeff Bezos flying to space. I come home, I feel like Rodney Dangerfield. I come home and I watch just clips of the Dick Cavett show from 1976. And like there's some obscure Italian prime minister on the program that night. No, I do so much comedy that my brain is going mad, you know what I mean? And so when I am like at home and I need some respite and to like move away from the world, I turn on the most boring, depressing programs I can find.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the complete opposite. I only watch like comedy entertainment. I'm always like, I just like to laugh.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. And I'm not like saying like I've never watched comedy in my life, you know what I mean?
No,
but, like,
I know.
But the things I choose to watch are just so bleak.
Yeah. No, I feel that because there are definitely days like I switch it up. I have to watch mainly a drama at all times, but also I have to keep like looking for new stand-up comedians to watch. I'm always like,
can I ask you guys a question? I know you guys are the host. Can I ask you, what is a genre that you just hate beyond any like regard? Like, is there a specific genre? Like, I hate fantasy. I don't really know why, you know?
Yeah, fantasy. I don't really get into it that much. I mean, I like the Star Wars, the mainstream,
No, I don't.
Stuff like that. But
I agree with him. Because I don't watch Star Wars. I don't watch Harry Potter. I don't watch
superheroes.
I don't watch like superhero movies.
I'll be like, bro, did you see Black Widow? And he's like, I didn't.
Yeah, I can never get into the superhero movies because it's like there's going to be a journey, but at the end, they're all going to be fine. And like the one time when Iron Man dies, it's like, oh, whoops, like it's still just Robert Downey Jr. in $1 million costume,
And I bet he comes back in another one.
You're like, they had like 56 movies and they killed him in one.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, thinking from like production standpoint perspective, I'm sure Robert Downey Jr. was just like, listen, guys, I've had enough of this shit. Can you find a way to kill me off? Please, I'm begging you, please. Oh my God. I need to go film the shitty Disney movie where I, row through the sea.
Or the one where he talks to animals. That was like a weird follow-up to him being Iron Man forever. He was like, now I'm Dr. Dolittle. And then Dr. Dolittle was British, which I didn't know because like I grew up with the Eddie Murphy one.
Wait, what? Yes. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then he came out and it was a British, which Robert Downey Jr. is not even British. So the fact that they were like, we want Robert Downey Jr., but we want him to be British. I always think it's hilarious.
Yeah, because you're like Iron Man died yesterday, and I'm supposed to believe that Dr. Doolittle's a thing now. Oh my God.
Yeah. No, I guess I would have to say I don't like horror movies. Like I like suspense, I like thriller, but I don't like horror. Like
It's hard.
Okay.
It's hard for me. It's hard for me to take scary movies seriously.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not scared like initially and like, oh, this is intense as hell, then I'm just like, okay, like this is just corny. I can't.
Yes.
I can't.
I don't like being scared, period. So like I just don't avoid, you know what I mean? Like I get the movies. I'm like, I get scared, I'm like, oh shit, I'm out, dog. I'm not I don't do that.
I'm out, dog. That's a no from me, dog.
What's the best scary movie that you guys have seen in like the last 5 years?
My life.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Oh my God, the reality that we currently live in.
Last 5 years, I have no idea. I like movies that mess with my mind, and this is still one of my favorite movies today, Gone Girl.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like I love movies that are just like, wait, what the? It's a complete mind fuck. But scary movies, I have no idea. I didn't like it growing up because clowns.
Okay. Yeah. You like more of a psychological thriller as opposed to like Halloween decorations.
Yes.
Did you see Midsummer or whatever it is? That one
Absolutely. A24's finest, baby. Yes, of course.
I love A24, but that like literally my buddies were like, we're gonna take edibles and we're gonna go see this movie.
Oh, buddy.
And I was like, for sure, awesome. So I take an edible, right? And it's like a 300 milligram edible. And I literally take it and I'm like, they're jumping off of the cliff. And I was like, oh, by the way, spoilers, if you're listening, spoilers, but it's been out for a couple of years. So that's
catch up.
They're like, but he jumps off the cliff and the guy like dies. And I'm like, all right, that was fucked up. But like as long as they don't go deeper into that, it'll be okay. And then it zooms in and they're like, he's still moving. So then they take a hammer and crush his head. And I was like, all right, I'm done. Like the rest of it, I just like ate my popcorn in the movie theater. I was like, I can't look at the screen.
Yeah. That movie is, I imagine like in those scenes when Florence, whatever, Florence, the main actress, who's amazing. When she's like, her face is being all distorted. You're also sitting there in the theater and your face is also like, am I high? How big of a gummy was this? You said what was it?
It had to be like 200 milligrams because they were like the chocolate.
Oh my God, 200! Are you still alive?
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna.
Michael, snap out of it. Snap out of it, Michael.
That would put a horse out. That would.
Oh my God!
I took that. I mean, I've taken more than that in one sitting before, but that's not the point of the story.
Dude, I cannot fathom that much pot in my like when I take a gummy, right? It's between 2.5 and 2.6 milligrams. You know what I mean? I cannot go any farther, or I will lose my fucking brain. You know what I mean? I will like sink into a couch and dissociate for 5 hours.
So
I'm pretty sure that's what happened with mine. I took like 300 milligram in one
I hear
sitting,
a cat.
and that was
yes, you do. I'm sorry.
Wait, is it?
No, you're fine.
Green
What's
Goblin?
the cat's name?
It is the Green Goblin.
I didn't even get the chance to show you that video.
That was good. That's a deep cut, Michael. You've done your research. Okay.
No, Jackson. I'm Jackson. He's Mike. Switch flip flop. I'm Jackson. He's Michael.
Oh Jesus Christ! And I'm losing.
You can call me that too.
Okay. Do you want to see the cat? You want to see Remy? You guys want to see Remy?
Yes.
Okay. 1 second.
Remy?
I think so. But this was featured. He was featured in the Spidey video on his YouTube page.
Oh yeah.
Hi guys, it's me,
Hi, Remy.
I'm really hungry right now, and I'm screaming. That's why I'm screaming.
Well, look at Remy's crib in the back. He's got freaking multiple floors. I was complimenting Remy's crib in the back. He has multiple floors, so that's nice.
Welcome to my cat's modern HGTV cat castle, where you can get it now on Etsy.com. And he leaves the room. He's like, "Dad, shut up."
Do you ever give him catnip?
Oh, brother, come on! I give him catnip like I smoke marijuana. You know, there's a bush. There's a bush in our backyard, and it's got catnip on it, and we take him out there on a leash, and he rolls around, and he's a fucking lunatic.
So that was actually my my segue. So you taking gummies yourself, I'm guessing you obviously divulge in cannabis, and I'm curious about cannabis and your creative ways. Do you think it is like a performance enhancer? Like, do you use it to write sketches if you're having brain fog, or do you use it like? Do you? Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Remy is still going off over there.
It's all good.
Yeah, okay, let me. Can I? I think I need to feed him a little food. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I will be right back. He'll scream. I don't
feed your cat. Go feed your cat.
We're like, withhold the food from your cat.
Yeah. Oh, I fixed the GoPro. Go to the GoPro. Bam.
Perfect.
Whoa,
no,
it's not.
Never
fixed.
mind.
God, look at my weird shorts.
Get out.
It's kind of easy to cut out.
All right, hold on. I'll fix it again.
All right.
Beautiful home he has.
If you can fix it again.
I'm fixing it right now. I'm not done. I didn't say I was done. This GoPro is the worst damn thing I've ever had in my life. All right, now it's fixed.
That ought to shut his ass up. Okay, to answer your question. Answer your question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I use it for a variety of reasons, typically recreationally. But my favorite way to spark up a little bit or like drop a little MG is to do it and then like do household chores, brother. Like I am mopping the floors. I am cleaning the dishes. Like if I'm going to like do all these remedial tasks, I'm going to need to at least like be a little in the clouds in order to get through it. That's my favorite way to use it for sure.
Well, I mean, and if you're playing tunes too, then your head's bumping. You're like, damn, I can mop these floors all day.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. It's such a treat. Oh God, I sound like a fucking like. What the fuck is the matter? It's what a treat to smoke marijuana. The war on drugs is over. Jesus Christ.
It's all right. It's all right.
So we so the Spider-Man.
How are you segueing to Spider-Man?
No, because because of the cat, he had to go feed the cat.
Yes.
And then he had the Spider-Man YouTube video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Wait for it.
GoPro's fixed.
GoPro's fixed. Watch it not be fixed. Oh shit!
You look great.
Go pro. We're going pro, baby. Yes,
that GoPro is the worst.
I'll fill in the gaps for you. The fucking video is a Spider-Man video that I filmed in Iowa City, and in the background, my antagonist is my cat Remy, and I'm filming him from like across and I'm like, oh, there's the Green Goblin, and Remy is the best cat, the only cat that I've ever had, and he's such a sweetie to fill in for that role, and I didn't even have to pay him for it. I just had to give him food, you know.
Speaking of sketches, that just made me think of the sketch idea I had while parking. Andy, if you want it, you can have it. Yeah, you can have it. So, like in Chicago, everybody is like all going crazy for dibs. Like people are trying to call dibs in the summertime. Like, What are you doing? That's insane.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it'd be funny if like, someone's driving their car and they're like, oh, finally a parking spot. And like they go to reverse and they turn around and then they see these two dudes come out in like green jumpsuits and it's Barnacle Boy and Mermaid Man, and they're like in their invisible car and they're just like revving up the engine for like 5 minutes, just like, what the fuck is this? And yeah, that's the sketch.
And it's like, oh man, I hate when that happens. And it's like a normal Tuesday in Chicago.
Yes, your first task is to find an invisible car, and then you have to find someone who's willing to play Barnacle Boy and Mermaid Man. It's a production nightmare. What can I say?
Right. So, I was them for Halloween like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Were you really? You were SpongeBob? Wait, you were Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy? Both of them?
I was.
That's what my question was when he said it to me. I was like, "You were both of them."
I think I was Barnacle Boy. Wait, who's the
you
old
were
fat
Mermaid
one?
Man.
Oh, okay, I was Mermaid Man.
You were
Mermaid
Man.
Picture.
Yeah.
And I was like, were you the one in orange or the one in red? He's like, I don't think either of them in red.
Now, was this a costume that you pieced together, or was this like a thing that you got in a package, or you pieced it together?
Oh, I pieced it together. I would try and pull up a picture and show the camera.
Okay, yeah, with Mermaid Man. Oh, Mermaid Man with the starfish on his face, like.
I should have done that. I didn't do that because Well, I was trying to talk to girls that night. Actually, that's when I met my ex. That's actually when I met Mackenzie.
Oh, great.
Jesus Christ!
You're just gonna
Yikes.
name drop her on the podcast like that?
I mean,
Yeah, I'll be over there
whatever.
if you guys need me.
What's her home address?
I'm actually just gonna send Andy, because we just followed each other on what's it called, Instagram. No big deal. I just slid it in your DMs just like that, just so you know.
Oh, great! Thank you. Yes, I'll be sure to send that to my publisher.
Yeah, you better like the post or else.
Yeah. Do you guys like go out all out for Halloween, or what is your favorite Halloween costume that you've ever done besides Mermaid Man?
I don't know if I've gotten like that creative
I
I think that was like my peak creativity or like my peak effort.
Yes.
that I
Okay.
put
Okay.
into it.
I was Chris Farley like last year for Halloween.
Yeah, that was pretty
Nice.
good.
So
Nice. I was a GameCube one year.
that's amazing.
You guys want to see this photo? I want to show you
Yes.
this photo here. I'll pull it up here. It's I think it's the first thing on my Facebook. No, damn it, it's not. Well, I'll describe it. I'll send it to you. I'll send it for your
All right,
for like
yeah.
a post edit video, whatever.
Yeah, I'll drop
I got
it in.
this. Yeah, there you go. I got this perfectly square cube cardboard box from this Korean restaurant I was working at, and like in this box they throw in like hot peppers and like stuff that you need for a Korean hot peppers. What the hell, like kimchi and like frozen beef that comes in this square box, and I'm like, okay,
Bulgogi?
yes, exactly. And I got some paint and I drew on a GameCube, and then on my bottom half I just had white underwear on. I was like this GameCube guy. Yeah, it was a fun night.
Do you just look for excuses to wear white underwear, nothing else?
Sometimes, yeah. I need to stop doing it. God, I just did it last night on stage, like, and yeah, I don't know. It's funny.
There is something funny about just a skinny guy in nothing but whitey tighties, and then the mustache obviously adds to it. Like adds to the whole
I
character.
think anybody in whitey tie. I think you know what? I'm only now realizing this. I think what's his name? Bryan Cranston. Breaking Bad, Malcolm in the Middle. I saw some interview with him where he was like, yeah, I as Hal in Malcolm in the Middle, I love to like get in my underwear because there's nothing better than seeing like a pathetic white guy in like the grossest possible undergarments. And I definitely probably, in my head stole that idea. So Bryan Cranston, hey.
Shout out.
Shouts out to Bryan Cranston. Walter White, shouts out. Please leave some of that blue on my doorstep. Thank you.
And for Remy.
Watch, YouTube's
Remy's
gonna
a huge
flag it
method.
and be like,
Remy is a
I
huge
think
method.
YouTube's gonna flag it this and be like, I think they were trying to buy meth during the episode.
Yeah. Do you guys want to hear a funny meth story? You want to hear a funny? It's not funny.
Always.
It's sad. It's sad. It's really like, oh, well, damn, shoot. My hometown that I was born and raised in, Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Where are you from?
Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And it's like a mid-sized Iowa city. It's not rural. It's not Chicago. It's kind of in between. There are liberal hubs and there's like conservative hubs. But there's a Taco Bell, of course. There's 5 of them. 5 of them in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, probably. And at one particular Taco Bell, the Taco Bell that I went to as a growing child, got busted for having a meth lab in a broom closet.
That's amazing. I mean,
I know. It's
Also,
like it's
yeah.
the only Taco Bell in the world where you have to say, I'll have a Sprite, hold the ice, duh, ha ha, hey, oh, hey.
Just so you know, I'm Googling this. 2 arrested for running meth lab out of Iowa Taco Bell, August 5th, 2015.
Thank you. It's not a story I could possibly make up.
Cedar Rapids police received calls of a suspicious person outside the fast food restaurant around 4:42 a.m. And the arriving officers found 2 men outside, including one Taco Bell employee. A manager who let police into the closed restaurant found signs of a meth lab in a utility area. The dude was 31 and the other was 56.
Yep.
Hey, I mean, I guess if you need a spot, you need a spot,
Yeah.
Times are tough.
No place like home. No place like home.
If
I
you
was
had
lucky because I was doing a show that night. I was supposed to meet up with those 2 fellas at Taco Bell. in order to help along the business. So I really dodged the bullet with that one.
Andy, if you had to build a meth lab, where would you build it?
Wow, what a captivating question I've never been asked. If I had to build a meth lab, where would I build it? Honestly, the only place I could possibly get away with is
Remy's
a broom closet at a Taco Bell.
Well, but we know you can't get away with it, or else you got to tell your manager to shut the hell up.
Yeah, exactly. This is part of my artistic process, and I'm like cooking meth, inhaling things.
Hearing you repeat the question back to us, we heard how crazy that was. I was like, I guess we've never asked a guest that either.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. I can ask you another question that stomped these two's heads like last week or so. All right. So a monkey is showering, okay?
Right. Okay, I'm with you.
They look over. Do they grab body wash or do they just grab shampoo?
Well, if a monkey's in a shower, hold on, let me backtrack. If a monkey's in a shower, showering, we're just assuming this monkey has those skills.
Right.
Is showering, then maybe they're there like the YMCA, just getting a drench. They've just played basketball. They're in the shower and they see shampoo and conditioner, and you're wondering, which one do they grab? Is this like a riddle you're asking me?
No. Body wash or shampoo? Like, do they use body wash or do they just shampoo their whole body?
I feel like a monkey would take a shit in its own hand and spread that instead all over their fur. That's probably the truth of what would happen. If in this scenario a monkey did find a way to use a human shower.
All right, I'll take that answer.
I guess I didn't think of that when he asked me that question.
Yeah.
But when you said it, I pictured someone being like, do you want this shampoo or do you want this body wash? And he looked at the other one, and he looked at the other one, and he looked, and he looked, and then he's shitting his hand and he smeared it all over himself. That is what I imagined in my brain. Like there was a hard decision he had to make. He was like, I really can't decide.
Yeah.
So,
Remy, what's the matter, buddy? Come here. Get up here. Get up here. Can you hear him being just an absolute brat down here? Remy, what's the deal? He's like, Dad, where's my credit for being the Green Goblin? Get me on camera again. Come on.
He definitely loves the spotlight.
He's like, I can't find myself anywhere on IMDb. He's like, where is it?
This cat will be the first non-human to win an Academy Award. I'm calling it right now. He's only got 10 years left of his life, so we've got to get to work.
Are you gonna put him like in a little tux with a bow tie as he walks up to accept his reward?
I'm not going to, but Louis Vuitton will be. Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
I imagine your cat Googles Green Goblin every day to see if you fixed it, and he's like, "Who the fuck is this Willem Dafoe?"
Yes. Yeah. Goddamn Willem Dafoe. Well, it's like Remy is to Willem Dafoe as Jared Leto is to Heath Ledger. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Naturally. Yeah.
Okay.
I got it. Sonny definitely didn't get it.
Okay.
No, I got it. I remember the Green Goblin. I remember watching it younger.
Right.
I'm just so bad at names.
Well, that's the thing. Here, we were just talking about superheroes. Can you guys jive with Spider-Man, though? Because I could always get behind Spider-Man. I could never do too many superheroes, but Spider-Man, I could. What is it about Spider-Man that is so special from like the other superheroes?
He can kiss girls upside down.
Yes, finally, the hero we need. Oh, that's funny.
I was thinking that it was like probably the fact like you grew up like near a bigger city,
Sure.
And now we all live in Chicago. It's that mindset I think of like I always thought swinging through the buildings. I'm like that has got to be the coolest thing. Like that'd be one of the coolest superpowers next to flying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andy? What's your what superpower would you want? And if it's flying, then move on to B.
What is my superpower that I want? Oh God, Medicare for all. Honestly, if I could cure the world of all of its health problems, I guess that would be a selfless act. And not even the world, not even the world, just the horrific country we live in.
That would be a great superpower, but
That
that
would
would
be
be
ideal.
never super unlikely. No.
They'd be like, well, we were gonna have a protest, but Andy did it.
But then
Yeah.
He just did it.
Yeah, if I could just, and then legislation's passed tomorrow, everyone gets a chance to go to the doctor or get their, toothache looked at. That would be my superpower. Yes.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, like the news is all over it. Like they're about to pass the Medicare bill, and it's like, wait a minute, what's that?
It's already
Someone's cooking meth in a utility closet.
Back to square one, boys. This Medicare for all thing, I think, is broken. Looks like. Jesus Christ.
So, did we already? What is your favorite movie of all time?
Oh damn! You know what? It varies like month to month. I'll tell you what movie that I saw recently that I liked. I saw this documentary, right? I think it's called like Last Breath or like Breathing Heavy or like I Can't Breathe or something along that line, something to do with oxygen. And it's about this guy that he's working on an oil rig, right? Like a tanker, but it's in the middle of the ocean. So it's this thing that is drilling down through like the deepest part of the ocean to get oil for cars and consumption, right? And he goes down there and then he falls off of the oil rig. So this man is in total darkness on the ocean floor. He's got a scuba gear on. Well, not scuba gear, but like high pressure gear on. And he has to just like choose which direction to start walking. And he's like at 360 degrees. He's like, I don't know, that way. And he is walking through the dark ocean ground on the sand. He runs into the oil tanker and finds a way to climb up it and like land on top, right? This dude is down there, I kid you not, for like 10, 15, 20 minutes, like time in which no one should be alive. But he's alive today because the cold ocean water like slowed down his heart rate and his blood, and he got into the state of like cryogenic freezing, and this guy comes up out of the bottom of the ocean like, what's new? It is insane. What is the name of this thing? Hold on, I've got my computer here too.
I was going to say, please find it. That's freaking insane.
It's okay. I was right. My instinct. It's called Last Breath. I think it might be on Netflix. You've got to catch this documentary. It's like it will blow your mind. I promise.
I'm going to watch that tonight after some gummies because then I'm like, whoa, not 200 though.
You're going to be holding your fucking breath like that guy.
Well, there's this ex-Navy SEAL guy I kind of follow, and he was talking about like the boot camp and stuff. He said the worst part, hardest part, and scariest part was they're put not at the bottom of the ocean, but they're put in the ocean waters at pitch black when everything is black, and like that's part of their training, and they have to figure out. And the fact that this dude just fell off his boat and was like, oh boy. Like, gotta make it back. That's crazy.
Are you guys? I think I will say that I'm afraid of like deep water ocean. Just the idea of it like freaks me out for sure.
I couldn't imagine.
Are you guys impartial? How do you feel about it?
No, I couldn't imagine. We know more about space than we do in the ocean. That's freaking crazy.
Yeah. Well, we know that it like space is infinite, and they're like, yeah, we know that, but like they don't know much beyond our galaxy. You know what I mean? Like we don't know that much beyond that.
Yeah.
Like maybe a couple things. They're like, well, remember that one thing we said there was a stray planet? And we're like, yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing outside of that, but then it goes on forever. So what else? What else is there? And
You're
then,
go on.
and then but then you look at the ocean, and there's only like, I was just gonna Google it, but I'm gonna speculate.
No, please, I'll Google it.
All right, I'll speculate. There's probably like 75 to 80% of the ocean that's still uncharted, like beyond the beyond the sea.
Yeah, I totally buy that. That sounds like a statistic that I would believe.
Google says
it's never been looked at.
Google says more than 80% of our ocean is unmapped, unobserved, and unexplored. Dun, dun,
Well,
dun, dun.
should we get a boat, fellas?
I was gonna say, what do y'all do tomorrow? You guys bored?
Have you
We'll
guys
bring
been on a-
Remy.
Yeah. Oh, he would love that. He would probably find a fish and swim in, and we'd never see him again. Have you been on a boat in Lake Michigan?
Yeah.
Oh, what? I need to get in touch with these people who have boats. Do you guys have boats?
Oh, I got you. Next time we go out. Yeah. Next time we go out, I'll hit you up.
I've lived in the city for long enough. I need to know someone with a boat.
My brother and his friend do it's like a boat rental share thing. So they pay so much a month or whatever, and then they get to select like the days and the hours that they want it or are able to have it. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
Do you have to have a license to drive this thing?
Yeah, they have to take like a 2-day course, and it was maybe for like 3 hours, and then all the dude would talk about was like, hey man, like when you get a boat, girls love you. Like that's all he talked about. he didn't teach them about like parking the boat or anything. He was just obsessed with. He's like, oh, the women, man, they all flock to you. It's like, all right, dude, but how do I park it?
So this guy, he didn't get a boat to enjoy the open water. He got a boat so that he could find love. That is the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Believe it or not, I think there's a lot of people that buy boats for that one reason.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like if you have a boat, then people want to be on that boat. Clearly, because I'm begging to get on a boat.
Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh,
shocker.
I know, right? Shocker. But with just the open like mystic, what is the ocean and like unexplored. Like, could you imagine if we released this episode just so people knew where we were? Like we were like, if anyone's looking for us, we're on in deep sea exploration. Like we'll cut that clip and put it on our YouTube channel like right as soon as it just auto plays. We'll just keep that up, and they're like, well, they're either gonna die or come back with a cool podcast.
Yes, this is what we want to be known for, is this podcast today. Yeah, we need to broadcast it across the ocean sea, and maybe a whale will tune it.
Speaking of things to be known for, I'm just stalking your Instagram right now. How often do you wear that cowboy hat out in public?
Ooh, any chance I can get, brother. I love wearing a cowboy hat. It's but do I? I don't know. I like dressing. There's a show. There's a show in Chicago called the Cosmic Country Showcase, and I was involved with them for a few projects in the past, and their cowboy sensibilities have definitely rubbed off onto me. I love country music, not like pop country, but like, your old sad Hank Williams, or like your I can't name another artist, but the old sad folksy country music. It does have a place in my heart. I love listening to it.
My the reason I asked my dad and my stepmom, they do cowboy action shooting.
Ooh.
Do you know what that is?
I have no idea.
So literally them and a bunch of old, and they're gonna be mad at that. That was my first word. But a bunch of elderly people that are mostly retired.
They're on their last legs. They are falling over.
Elderly better than old?
People that retired at an age and they're just looking for shit to do. Like that's what this is. So they dress up in time period clothing, like old school cowboy and like cowgirl dresses or whatever. And then they travel the country and they do cowboy action shoots, and like they're like drawing their guns, and they do stuff for time, and like it's legitimate. Like people do it all the time. People sell their homes, buy an RV, live in the RV, and then travel the country doing these tournaments.
That sounds like something I'd like to get involved with. I've never been to a traveling circus, and I know that Texas traveling Western shows, like your who was the famous female historical figure that shot weapons?
Annie Oakley.
Annie Oakley. Yeah, I'd love to go to like a traveling gun show. Oh my god, and just like getting put on my cowboy hat. Are you kidding me? Sign me up.
That I don't know why that just popped into my head, but I'm guessing you're a fan of strange or just weird things in general. And we were talking
based off the conversation we've had today, Andy, I'm going to have to recommend that you take Vyvanse.
No, we were
very strange materials.
We were talking about festivals, or you just mentioned festivals, and that made me think of there's two festivals in Colorado. One of them is in Fruita, and the other one is, I don't know, somewhere in Colorado. But one of them is called Dead Man Days, and this festival has been around for years because this family came here from, I'm going to get the country wrong, but I'm going to say New Zealand, and their grandpa died or something, and they didn't know what to do with his body, so they kept him on ice, and he's still on ice. Like, the family continues to put ice on him today. So now there's a festival, the festival celebrating this, and there's casket races, there's barbecue, there's beer. It's crazy. Go ahead.
Is this the Frozen Dead Guy event in Colorado?
Yes.
I know about this event. I need to go to this event.
No way.
I have a friend named Glo Chitwood who wrote a book. It's back here in this case here, and she has this short story about the Frozen Dead Guy. And it sounds like you've made it up. It's completely true.
It's 1,000,000% true. I actually think, I swear to God, they postponed this year too, because they obviously postponed last year, and I truly was going to go this year. But shoot, I'm guessing it got postponed, because if it didn't, I was literally going to be like, we should just get a full team to go. We should build a coffin, race, and like document the entire thing.
Oh my God. Can you imagine that is what you're remembered for? You're remembered as the guy who fucking froze to death up the hill. And now someone puts on a party for the way you died every year.
So yeah, it did get freaking postponed till next year. But okay, there is another festival I was going to tell you about. I have a rooster behind me. His name's Indy. We got him at the Indianapolis 500, but that has nothing to do with the story, kind of. So, okay, this is the one in Fruita, Colorado, and it's happening this year, August 27th. It's called Mike the Headless Chicken Festival. And what happened was, years ago, I think in the 1800s, I probably got that wrong, some lady was like, hey, or some wife was like, hey, husband, go out to the back and get a chicken for dinner. We need one. This guy goes and grabs a chicken, chops the head off, and the chicken continued to live for 18 months and then just walked around for 18 months surviving. And now they have a festival celebrating Mike the Headless Chicken.
America has a mental health problem. And this festival circuit that we've been talking about is proof of it.
So the best part is that they have a mascot. It's just a headless chicken walking around and like a full huge mascot thing.
I bet it's a blast. Like, I bet it's a lot of fun to go to those festivals and just celebrate the most obscure thing that could ever happen.
How I found out about them is I Googled weirdest festivals of all time, or weirdest festivals in the U.S., and actually Illinois has one. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I'm about to find it.
I was just watching to go back to the sort of media I consume when I come home at night. I was watching the tour guide introduction video of the Mount Olive factory, the Mount Olive pickles, the people who make jars and jars and jars and jars of pickle. There's like this 13-minute thing. And I found out through the documentary that at the town, which this pickle factory employs like thousands of pickle workers, they have a festival each year that celebrates nothing but pickles. Like, can you imagine growing up as a child in Pickle Town and like this totally like skewing your vision of the world? Like, I am in the pickle city? Like, what? That is insane. And I'm sure that provides a lot of strange trauma and identity crises for children across America who grow up in the Frozen Dead Guy, the Headless Chicken, and the Pickle City.
could have been raised in New York, Chicago, some beautiful suburbs somewhere. But it's like, no, it grew up in goddamn Pickle City.
Yeah, what the hell?
So, Andy, I wanted to ask you about the Green Show Live. So, when did you guys start doing that?
Yeah, we had our first show ever on January 1st of this year, 2021. It was like sort of a thing that we pounced into the new year with, and we've had a show nearly every month since then. It's a super rewarding show, and I'm so fulfilled by it through working with my collaborators, Sam Macterlin, Ashley Lyston, and Siobhan Fitzgerald. They're absolutely kings of tech and comedy, and it's like such a blessing to be able to work and create content for that silly ass show.
It seems like you guys are having a blast. I mean, I assume the things that you post on your YouTube channel that are look like clips of you in front of a green screen, can I assume that those are all from the Green Show Live?
Some of them, yes. The stuff that's been posted since the new year, there's a good chance that that was filmed on the Annoyance's stage. But green screen has been something that I think I've always liked using, because the idea that you can cut yourself out so easily from your scene and put your person in any sort of scenario is like so freeing, and it's like the most blank canvas that you can imagine in terms of like creating some sort of visual splendor. It's beautiful.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, we always talk about it.
What, green screens?
The green screen.
Yeah, we do. We don't have one.
Damn, all you need is a green cloth and you can be anywhere.
Yeah, that's very true. Hey, do you do any impressions?
Do I do any impressions? I pull out like 5 impressionist paintings that I show you and like cycle through them. Do I do any impressions? I think I do impressions just in like my day-to-day, like walking about my home, like cleaning dishes, or just like, having a panic attack. And I probably annoy my partner Hannah with it more than anyone, but like it's never been something that I performed on stage, or like maybe I did early, but like, I mean, I can do Hank Hill.
God damn it, Bobby. Michael, Jackson, listen, Michael, I want you to take out the trash. Jackson, listen, you're going to have to go over to Carlos's house and give him a wet willy.
That's the one impression that I'm like, I've got Hank Hill down. I guess I could also do like a Jessie Ventura, right? Like he was a former. This is the type of obscure media. I'm doing a Jessie Ventura impression. The former mayor, governor of Minneapolis. He was a wrestler, a pro wrestler. Do we know Jessie Ventura, people? Do we know Jessie Ventura?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's like, it's just like, man, who talks like this? And he's like, there were 45,000 Vietnam soldiers killed at the Gulf of Tonkin. And God damn it, the Minnesota State Fair is going to have to know about it. Hello, I'm Jessie Ventura. Welcome to State Fair.
Like he's like this conspiratorial wrestler guy that's like just a precursor to Donald Trump being the world wrestling president. Who else? Impressions. I used to be able to do like a Paul McCartney, like a ooh, but like the extent to my Paul McCartney impression is just like bips and bops, right? So it's like, oh, I'm gonna play on the bass guitar now. Ringo, you're gonna have to play the drums. All right. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. That's all I've got. I can, but you want to hear my impression of a water droplet?
Yes.
Okay. Let's get the ASMR folks tuned into this one. Here we go. Yeah. Hey.
Wow, that was you did that under pressure way too easily. How many times have you looked in the mirror and been like, all right, I can do this.
Oh, I've been holding on to that one since 6th grade, brother. Yeah.
I think you got a leaky faucet in your apartment, dude. That's crazy.
It's my skill that serves me absolutely no benefit.
So the reason why I asked you that is because your green screen made me think of Matthew McConaughey's new book called Green Lights, and I was hoping that I was gonna make you debate yourself on who owns the naming rights to anything green as Matthew McConaughey and yourself.
Listen here, Andy. Listen. Listen there. All right. I gotta get more vocal fry. All right, Andy. Listen, I want you to know that I like what you're doing, kid. I love what you're doing. You're right in that pocket. Right in that pocket. I need to know, did you come up with green for your show, or was it me? That's what I've got for you. Green. You know why they call it Green Show Live? I know why they call it Green Show Live. Yeah, show changes every month, but the hosts stay the same age. Pass that for you. All right. Yeah, there was one movie with Matthew McConaughey, right? He's like playing a football coach, and he keeps doing this thing right in the pocket, right in that pocket. And you gotta,
yeah.
He's a whistler. He's a whistler actor. Some people are mouth actors. Some people are. He's a whistler.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh, that was amazing.
That was
For a second,
beautiful.
I thought Matthew McConaughey made it on the show today.
Matthew.
So where can people go to get tickets for the Green Show Live?
Yes, thank you for asking. Yeah, you can go to theannoyance.com/shows. You can just scroll down on your personal phone device and find Green Show Live. Tickets, I think, are on sale now for our Sunday, August 8th show at 7:30 p.m. It's gonna be a blast. It's kind of sports themed this month, and we're shooting the promotion for it tomorrow. So it's gonna be a fun time. It always is.
Yeah,
Perfect. And where can people find you? What's your home address?
Yeah, sure. It's 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I'm in the Oval Office a lot. If you have a gun, just snipe me. No, you can find me online at Good Friend Andy on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. My social security number is 42. No, I'm just kidding. I would never.
Damn, I was kind of hoping for it.
You're like, unless you send me an email and offer me something in return, like equity in an island,
or meth,
or a boat, Give me a boat,
or a boat. Yeah.
If you're listening out there and you're like, listen, Andy, I'm in Chicago and I have a boat that you can hop on. Get in contact with me, okay? I'm trying to have a boat summer, you know.
Hot girl boat summer.
Hey.
We will definitely make sure to hit you up next time we're going out on the boat.
That's true.
Thank you for coming on today. And again, follow him. Go check out the Green Show Live. And then you've got that new show coming out, which we couldn't talk about in a lot of details.
We'll talk about it when it comes out.
But we'll talk about when it comes out. So everyone watch it. Stay tuned. Follow him. Thank you again so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, dude. I had a blast.
Jackson and Michael, thank you guys. It was great to meet you. You too, Tyler. Thank you, Tyler.